welcome to Trading Lounge and the Asian report for the 9th of January, and starting with the ASX on the daily chart here. So from the absolute top here, we've been working this count to the downside, and we can see we've got wave 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. And this particular structure through here has caused us a bit of grief, because we can count 5 waves in terms of 1 and 2 here, and then 3 and 4 and 5 here, but it leaves wave 3 here too short, so it can't be counted like that. So we've been looking at this here as an A wave here, a B wave down here in 3 waves, so that would be an A wave here, then a smaller A, B and C here, and then the C wave here. So on the 4-hour chart it would look like this. So I don't know if this is the actual answer to this or not, but the other interesting thing with this particular pattern moving down through here, if we look at CBA, which is 9% of the index, this particular A, B and C pattern that we're tracking here would be the same. So this A wave coming in pretty much here for this, and then we've got the B wave here, so we've got the B wave here and a C wave here, so it kind of fits in with the CBA, and we're looking for a top here. We're looking at a 5-wave structure to the upside here. So we've got the top of a 3rd here and a 4th here, and I think we've got one more little high to make just in here, so we'll be looking to take short positions under here, but very small positions, because we'll be trading against the trend without any confirmation that we have a move to the downside at that point. But anyway, that's kind of justifying that to a particular point here. So we've been looking, if I go to the hourly chart here, we've been looking at this from this low here. We've been counting 5 waves up to finish, and this is the same for the S&P 500 as well, actually. So we're thinking that we've got a top in place for the S&P, but we don't really have any evidence of a move to the downside, and we do need that evidence, because we're trading against the trend. It's not like we're buying pullbacks and buying in again. So we need extra caution when we're going to be trading against the trend. We need some sort of evidence. So we certainly need to see a move to the downside here. But also too, with this here, it's also a little bit tricky to count. This here counts nicely as wave 1 and 2 here, and we can count this here as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, and here for the 3rd wave, the 4th wave, and then here we can see 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So we could have a top in here. The other point here is that it's possible that I've got this wave 3 here. It's possible that from wave 2 here, there is a count that fits in all of this as just wave 3 here. So we need to be a little bit careful. So we know that in a bullish market, the classic trading levels pattern, so we've got the 5700 here. So looking at this particular area here, well, we can look at all of this here really too. So we've got the arrival here, the reaction here, and then the first high above the level, which was always in 5 waves going up here like this, and then it tops out, and then we would see an A wave and a B wave and a C wave across here, and then move up again. So where we are in all of this is the arrival here, the reaction here, and then we've got our 5 waves up through here. So it's possible that this could just pull back to into this space here, and then move up again here. So we will be taking a risk in shorting it in this particular space here, but at the same time too, if we are in a bullish market, then we would be looking to go long on top of this one here, after we've got this particular after this whole pattern here's played out. And this is really just a migration from being resistance across here to becoming support over here through these tops here. So normally when we would trade long to here, we'd get out and we'd just basically wait, and then we'd be back in over here, especially more so with stocks really. With the indices you can duck and dive a little bit, but sort of understanding that pattern is very helpful. So that's what we'll be looking at in that space. So just on this tick chart here, which is 100 ticks. We were looking at wave B here, and then wave 1 and 2 here, and then 3 and 4 here, and then looking for 1 and 2 here, possibly 3 and 4 and 5 here. But on this, it's possible that we've got a top in, but we shouldn't really start shorting until we're under this. You could probably short under here if you wanted to. Under this low here, if you're that keen to do that. If I just bring CBA across for a moment, because CBA or the banks dictate what's going on with the ASX 200 most of the time. So if I just go to the tick chart here, we've got ABC here. So in this case here, we've got the wave B here and wave C up here. So we're looking for 5 waves. So I think it's a bit difficult to count wave 1 in here, I have to say, but wave 3 counts okay, because I can see there's 1, 2, nice powerful third wave, 4th and 5th here. So that counts okay to here. And then we've got the 4th wave to here. I don't know, one of the things here with this here, I've got it as wave 1 here and wave 2 here and wave 3 here and wave 4 here, and it doesn't look like this is finished here, does it yet? It looks like we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 to go up here. So I don't particularly, want to go sort of long here either just yet until we've got that pattern to finish off here. If up here we'll say we're moving up 1, 2, 3, hitting here, 4 here, 5 here, which would be this 5th wave over here. If we get this ABC back here, then we can go long above this one here. But otherwise, we'll look for a retest here and look to short under this way through here. Okay, so we need this to play out here. If the 72 is breached today for whatever reasons, then you can look to go short with this as a retested resistance here at 72 here. The other little point in here is that I'm not sure if I've got this. It looks like this is an A and a B and a C wave down to here. I don't fully understand this here. It could be the A wave to here, B wave to here, and a C wave here. So basically, wave 4 can sit over here. If that's the case, then we can still fit a structure in here in terms of 1 and 2 in here, and then 3 here and 4 here and 5 here. It still leaves us in the same position. So yeah, let's just wait for today and to see this play out here in the banks and also in the S&P 500 too. So just quickly on that note here, we've been tracking the S&P up from its wave B here, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the upside here. So we could have a top in play here, but we'd need to see it fade from closing here now. But we can count 1 and 2 and 3 here and 4 here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So I can see a 5-wave structure here, and this could play out here as an A wave, a B wave here, and then 5 waves up for a C wave into this. We're in group 2 here, 65, 72, and 80. So it just could fail from here, and we can move down from here. So this is also what we need to watch here as well today. So just trying to find those tops, that's what I'm trying to say here, and that will play out with the other markets as well. So when we look at China, for instance, here on the 4-hour chart, we were looking from wave 4 up here, looking at down at wave 1 and 2 here, and then 5 waves down here for wave 3, and we're looking for wave 4 to pull back. So we can put wave 4 up here, but once again, we need to see this now basically, drop from this point here now. So yeah, let's just see how we go with this at this point. And also to the Hong Kong market's playing out a little bit differently here. So originally we had wave, well, we still got wave 3 here, and we had an A and a B and a C wave here for wave 4. This wave 4 to go over here, and then we're looking for 5 waves down. And maybe we can go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for this, but we should be moving lower than this. I'm not quite sure what we've got here. So this little target area here is a 50-60% retracement level from here to here. So it's possible looking for an A and a B and a C here. But I don't know how this is going to play out, with the US markets as well, how this is going to play out through here, if it's going to follow or do something different. But I don't see a trade here just yet for this. I mean, I don't understand it, so I can't call a trade for it. It's just still a little bit complicated, this pattern. I know that this is corrective here, and this being corrective means that we should be making a new low below here in time, but which way does this play out? I mean, does it play out as an A wave and a B wave and then a C wave up to here for wave 4 in 5 waves up here, or does it play out in this triangle pattern that I'm also tracking here as an A, B, C for the C wave, the D, the E here, and then down? If that's the case, it's going to make China a bit more complicated as well. For the Nikkei here, pretty much the same as the other markets we've been tracking. So down for 1 and 2 and 3 here, an A and a B and a C for wave 4. So we need to see this collapse as well. So the short trades will be under the 20,000 here as resistance, because really this would be a setup to go long here. This market has moved up above the 20, got support here, and you could look to go long through here, but we don't want to do that because of the current situation with the other markets. So we just need to be a little bit mindful. So we want to be looking to go short. So we need this under here. I don't think the hourly chart's going to make much difference here. Once again, just counting from B here and 1 and 2 in here, strong third wave, fourth wave. I'm not sure how this counts out here. I can count as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here. A little bit messy within here. I did have a look on the ticket. It's still a bit messy, but so we're looking to short it under the 20,000 here. You can short it under here if you wanted to, but keep a small position for that. And also India, always powerful, and we need to see a turn down in this market to confirm the current price action as well. So there's quite a few counts here that can be played out here on the daily chart. We can have wave 3 over here, and then we can have this as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here, with wave 4 being in place here, and then we're seeing a move up into wave 5 here. It doesn't count very nicely in here as a wave 1. It's possible to squeeze that in and do all of that. So I think on this particular chart here, we looked at this here. So wave 3 here, wave 4 here, and having this up here as wave 1 and back for wave 2, and then this up for wave 1, an A and a B and a C for wave 2, and then moving up here further. But I really wanted to gather some more evidence, before we go in that particular direction for this. So we'll stay with the bearish market for the time being, and we've had it as this here in terms of this top here is wave 2 here, or wave D here for further downside, but it does look like we're taking this little high out here now. So that's going to negate this particular structure that we've got here as wave 1 and wave 2 here, and then wave 1 and wave 2, because I was looking to go short if this breached here at this stage. So I don't quite know what we've got here, but it certainly looks bullish. So I don't even want to go long just here just yet because of what the other US markets are doing. If this market was going to turn bullish, then we'd need this pattern sitting on the 11,000 here. So I think that we should wait for that unless you want to trade up into that space. So yeah, I just want to leave this for the time being. So if we're going to go long, then we need to see this market push up. When it gets here, it's going to react a bit, obviously, but then push up through here, and then it needs to test this as support and then move up, and then this is where we can help confirm it, because it'll be taking out these highs here, which is, I mean, these are important, but it's really about the number here, because this is where the orders are going to be, but the pretty pictures will play out at that particular point. So I'm sorry, I don't have a lot of answers for everything this morning, so we're just really waiting to see if the US markets top out and pull down from that stage thing, or continue to the upside. So yeah, we're just still in the evidence gathering mode before we can start putting trade setups out there. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.